What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to have none other than we're going to talk about JellyForce. Well, you know, the updated version that we've been waiting for so long, we should have that coming for you now. So let's talk about it. It's a very impressive deck, and there are probably multiple ways of building it, but this is my way of building it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the list. Let's dive into it. So first off, let's dive into it. We will have none other than 4 Demi Veemon. The reason for this beautiful 4 Demi Veemon is because while you have 8 or more cards in your hand, Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So just in case we do not have the jamming active, we can at least get some extra damage. And then we have Wanyamon. So this card is while your opponent has 2 or more Digimon with no Digi-Evolution cards in play, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. So, I mean, if they've gone a little bit wide, it could definitely help out. It's another playstyle, and that is the Digitama. Next, let's go over the Digimon themselves. First off, we have none other than the baby herself, the best waifu from Ghost Games, and that is Jellymon herself. So, if you have a Kishuru in play, draw 1 card. So, it's once per turn, which does help out. Especially the way we're going to combo out and try to win for game. So it's just something to think about. We need as much draw advantage as we can. Then we have Veeamon here. He has 2 purposes in this deck. One, he can warp into our beautiful UlforceVeedramon for a cost of 4, which is not bad. That's what we kind of want to see. We can extend our plays. All we need is a Memory Tamer and a Hammer Spark. And that's all we can do. We can go right into it and then swing out for game. So, if your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon in play, this Digimon can Digivolve into an UlforceVeedramon for 4. But also, when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. So, it helps us gain draw advantage. And that's kind of the goal there. Next, we do have 3 of the new Bt-09 Jellymon. So, your turn, when you play a Blue Tamer, draw 1 card. That's huge for us because this card just sit out for a turn. And we start slamming down a Tamer almost every turn, and the longer she stays on board, the better off you get. More draws, more advantages, stuff like that. And then your turn, when an effect adds a card to your hand, return one of your opponent's level 3 to their owner's hand. So that gets rid of any of the annoying, pests that we hate. And that is Gazemon, Terriermon, and you know the rest. We have Psychmon, stuff like that can just really hinder our game plans. I mean, Cutemon as well. Just annoying card threats that just we don't want to deal with. Or get rid of the rookie that they're trying to build. They're going to try to build into a secondary stack. So it's just, that is the Digitama and the rookie lineup. Next, let's go over the champion lineups. First off, we have Veedramon 0. The reason for this is if you have a Blue Tamer, you may trash 3 cards from the top of your deck to give this Digimon plus 2000 DP for the turn. It gets a lovely 7,000, so it'll be able to swing and hit most things. But also, you may place 3 non-DGA cards from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order. Draw 1 card. So this helps out combo out, especially because there are certain plays that we can do that even on a earlier turn would really benefit us well. Next, we do play 2 Cordramon. So if this thing's hidden security, it really does help out, but it also, because it'll come out for free and draw us 2 cards. And then even if we have to hard play this thing, we get to draw 2 off of it. So it's not a bad trade-off in times. It's just very useful. That draw is what we crave and what we hope for. Next, we are playing Veedramon from the original set. So you're looking at BT1. The reason why we're playing this bad boy at all is when attacking, if you have a Tamer in play, unsuspend this Digimon. So if we put this with our Jellymon underneath, he'll have jamming. He'll get 2 swings in. That's really important to us. But also, if you have a Blue Tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So it makes it a little more beefier on all turns. Really does help out. Then we do play TeslaJellymon. So this card is another OTK possibility. Because at the end of the attack, once per turn, trash 2 cards in your hand, unsuspend this Digimon. So we have multiple ways of restanding, getting an extra couple pokes, stuff like that, and it benefits us in the long game. And then we do play one Kumamon. So this is your hybrid for game status if you don't have Blitz Omni at the time. So that is our champion lineup. I feel like that is quite useful. We have ways to get into All Force to benefit him, and then you have ways of just early game aggression, get 2 attacks in, especially against like security control. Now we don't have to waste a lot of resources, especially if we can get 2 attacks in very easily. I mean, options are going to be a nightmare, but as long as we get like 2 security checks, they can only recover 1 at a time, and they're not recovering heavily. So just something to think about applying pressure. Next, let's talk about the level 5s. We are playing AeroVeedramon here. The reason for that is because it has jamming, but also while you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets security +1. So jamming is always a plus for us, and we get to apply pressure that way. Next, we also do have AeroVeedramon himself from BT02. So when Digivolving, if you have Blue Tamer in play, unsuspend one of your blue Digimon, so he can re-swing himself. But while this Digimon becomes unsuspend during your main phase, it gains jamming for his inheritable. You could play Cerebrusmon here if you wanted to go for, if your hand is getting really solid and you can apply a lot of pressure, play the blue Cerebrusmon because you can start discarding cards and swinging that way. Just something to think about for long game plays. Next, we are playing 3 UlforceVeedramon. So this card extends our play because when one of your blue Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon. So you get an extra couple attacks. And then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, gain 1 memory. Like I said, it combos in with the Veeamon, so you can get those multiple swings in. And, you know, just some of our tamers really does help out with that. So that is our Mega. And then we do have 1 Blitz Omni for game. Basically just swinging in, getting that final lethal. Next, let's talk about the beautiful tamers, shall we? We have Taichi V-Tamer. So if you have a Digimon with Veedramon in its name, you may suspend this tamer to activate one of the effects. Activate Draw 1, or this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for the turn. So, all in all, we're going to gain some advantage out of our Veemons and our AeroVeedramons, stuff like that, because we want to gain some more draws and more value and get to our combo pieces faster. Next, we are playing the promo Kishuru, because this is where our jamming comes from. When a Digimon attacks that has Jellymon as Digievolutions, you may suspend this tamer, give it jamming, so now you can swing in without worrying about things. You kind of have your own pace now, and you're not too afraid of what's going to happen. Then we also have Kishuru himself. This is our memory tamer in this deck, because if you have 2 memory or less, set your memory to 3. And then when you attack with a Digimon that is Jellymon in its name or level 5 or higher, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, suspend this tamer, draw a card. I find this card is very useful. What could happen, depending on what you want to do with the deck, you could definitely take out cards and add other cards and just play it out how you want. But we also are playing Rina. Rina is very important because when one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer, give it 1000 DP. But on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card with Veemon in its name among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. So most of our champions, there's at least a Veemon line completely in the deck. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. Boop, boop. Thank you. So just something to look forwards to. So that is the tamer lineup. You could definitely slim this down and change it up if you don't want to even go into the All Force line, but this is JellyForce for us. Next, our big option is Offensive Plugin A. So since we are going to be having tamers on board, giving one of our Digimon security +1 is really good, but also security effect, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 tamer among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order, then add this card to hand. So basically, it's going to have some benefits here because being able to add a tamer to your hand is really important with the amount of tamers we're playing, but also the extra security check does not hurt. So it's just a plus for us. Next, we are playing 2 Hammer Sparks, just because Hammer Sparks extends our plays. Then we do have 2 Blue Mem Boost, and then 1 Ice Wall. So that's all in all, everything in the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the list. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what changes you would make to JellyForce. I would love to hear it. And guys, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.